Hello guys, and welcome back to another class of our course about the complete introduction to data science with Python. So until now we talked about some tools that we can use with Python to be able to perform data analysis. So we talked about NumPy that is specialized in mathematics and to do some really complex operations. And we talked as well about Pandas that is specialized in data analysis. Today we are going to talk about SciPy that works pretty much with NumPy. So basically it works with NumPy and it integrates NumPy operations, and it will it will allow us to make some complex operations to be able to perform data analysis as well. So basically let's start and try to understand what exactly is SciPy. So basically SciPy is like any other tool that we talked about in this class and we'll talk about in this class. It's a Python library. What is cool about it is that it's open source. So once again, as the other libraries that we are talking about, it's open source, so it costs nothing, and it's built up by the community, which is pretty cool. So it works with NumPy to allow more mathematical functions. So as I said a little bit before, basically it uses a lot of NumPy operations, and it works really with NumPy to allow some more operations. And it comes with many modules for commonly used tasks in scientific programming. So basically we're gonna talk about some of those modules, and we are gonna talk about some example of modules that can be used in SciPy, because there is a lot of them. And what makes SciPy really a powerful tool if you guys want to use it for data analysis. All right, so SciPy versus NumPy. So what is the difference between SciPy and NumPy? So what is really important to understand is that NumPy is really for basic operations such as sorting, indexing, and some other elementary functions. So if we need to really understand the difference between those two, we can say that NumPy is basically for basic operations, like I said, and SciPy contains all the algebraical functions, some of which are there in NumPy to some extent and not in full-fledged forms. So basically this would be the main difference between NumPy and SciPy. What are the advantages of using SciPy? So as I said a little bit before, one of the first advantages of using SciPy is that it's open source. So basically the fact that it's free, it's way better to use it. And also, if, for example, compare it to MATLAB or any other program such as Octave, for example, SciPy, well, it's open source. So basically just with this, it starts automatically with an advantage. And also it's as powerful as those tools. There is a high level of commands to manipulate and visualize data, which is also really cool. So basically there is a lot of commands that you guys can use, and it's you will be able to visualize your data. It's powerful and interactive sessions with Python. What does it mean? It means simply that it works perfectly with Python. So basically with the Python programming language, it works really smoothly, and it's not complicated at all to use. Well, you need to understand programming, but once you understand the concepts and the logic behind it, you'll see it's like any other tool that we talked about a little bit before. It's not really complicated to understand. And finally, it's easy and fast. So basically easy, maybe not if you're a beginner. You need to understand, as I said, the logic behind programming, all everything that you need to understand. So basically all the programming mindset, and once you get it, well, you'll see it's not that hard to understand. All right, so right now let's talk about some of the sub packages of SciPy, because there is a lot of them. So basically the first one will be the cluster or hierarchical clustering. We have the constant, which is the physical constant and factor of conversion. We have the FFF, the triple F pack, which is the algorithm for discrete Fourier transform. We have integrate, which is the routine for numerical integration. The interpolate, so the tools for interpolation. IO, which is the input and output tools for data. LinLG, which is the routine for linear algebra, and many others. So I'm not gonna cite them all because, well, it's gonna be really long because there's a lot of them. But those are pretty interesting and are really useful in the case that you guys want to make some data analysis. So basically, the modules are, well, there are plenty of modules that could be, for example, well, we have linear algebra, integration, ordinary differential equations, solving, and many more. So basically, there is a lot of modules that are integrated with SciPy. So basically, it allows us to make really advanced mathematics, which can be a really good thing when we know that data analysis and data science is really something that requires a lot of mathematics. So I hope you guys have a little introduction to SciPy. Once again, in the future, in the next few classes, we're gonna talk about a little bit more in depth about SciPy, and we are going to use this tool to resolve some real problems, and we are going to learn some operations that are really popular with this tool. So that's it for this class, guys, and see you all in our next class.